Hello, my name is Karen Livesey and I'm a qualified teacher and youth worker and experienced trainer. I started my professional career as a primary school teacher in London before I returned to the Northwest to become a senior youth worker and advanced practitioner for Lancashire County Council Youth and Community Service, where I worked for 26 years. During my time working with children, young people and families and the teams that I managed, I became aware of more child adverse experiences, safeguarding issues and child sexual exploitation. So I pursued further training in these areas, completing specialist C.A.T or Child Sexual Exploitation Awareness Training and a sexual health postgrad with UCLan and specialist safeguarding training and then a leadership and management in social work and social care postgrad at UCLan. I became an independent trainer for C.A.T, which is Child Sexual Exploitation Awareness Training, 4 years ago, and I also have a community interest company entitled No Whispers. Last year, I won a Propeller Enterprise Award from UCLan, University of Central Lancashire, for a piece of training that I designed and delivered, and also last year, as part of the EVA Awards, which is the Enterprise Vision Awards, I was nominated for Inspirational Woman Award. I didn't get the award, but it was really lovely to be nominated. I also work as an associate trainer for national organisations Talking Life and Barnardo's. Some of the examples of work that I have delivered include the following: INSET for primary and secondary schools, safeguarding for designated safeguarding leads, excuse me, C.A.C training for social workers from local authorities and key workers from children's homes in areas including Burnley, Portsmouth and London, and C.A.C training and human trafficking and modern day slavery and child criminal exploitation for taxi drivers from Milton Keynes, and that project involved 1,300 participating taxi drivers. Apparently Milton Keynes is one of the biggest fastest growing European cities. I also deliver C.A.C training for volunteers and for parents and carers. As we know, relationships and sex education is becoming compulsory in all primary and secondary schools, commencing September 2020. I've delivered training, educational projects for teachers and youth workers in a whole range of sexual health issues, relationships, resilience, consent, LGBTQ issues, that's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, equality, diversity, resilience, harmful sexual behaviour and contextual behaviour. And one piece of work I'm quite chuffed about was Romeo's Gone. It was a multimedia piece of work and it focused on sexual health, relationships, alcohol and drugs. And the video, which culminated all the work and the dramas and the multimedia, won an award from Lancashire NHS as part of Healthy Lancashire. It's interesting that Ofsted states, and I quote, "Safeguarding action may need to protect children and learners from physical, sexual and emotional abuse, child sexual and trafficking, the impact of technologies and sexual behaviour, and teenage relationships and harmful sexual abuse." I've viewed quite a few school Ofsted reports, and those that have got outstanding in their reports encompass the following points. They ensured that all pupils were informed of dangers and types of interventions. They ensured that PSHE was an integral part of curriculum, and they ensured parents and carers were aware of the risk factors and how to prevent those risk factors within those issues. So, I'd be happy to offer bespoke training to schools and educational establishments. I'm available to facilitate training for teachers, workshops for parents and carers, and interactive workshops for pupils. I've made 2 films that are part of this presentation. One of them is a C.A.C film entitled See Me, Hear Me, that raises awareness. It's a very short 4-minute film. And the other one is a longer 35 minutes aimed at parents and carers, and it's called Social Media for Parents and Carers, Do's and Don'ts to Keep Your Child Safe. Thank you for your interest and thank you for listening.
Listen. Are we really listening to the voices of children and young people? Do we truly listen and understand what's being said? Do we notice when there is silence? Why do I ask? I am concerned about the rising number of sexual abuse cases amongst children and young people.
The abuse can be a one-off occurrence or a series of incidents over time and range from opportunistic to complex abuse. Child sexual exploitation can happen to any child or young person, whatever their background, age, sexuality, gender, or race. Links to gangs, lacking friends, being in care, low self-esteem or self-confidence, history of abuse, recent bereavement or homelessness can make a child or young person more vulnerable to CSE. The perpetrator can fill a gap or need from the child or young person and cleverly builds a relationship. Grooming is when someone builds an emotional connection with a child or young person to gain their trust for the purpose of sexual abuse or exploitation. Social media is a significant area of concern. Perpetrators can access children and young people, but it's important to remember there are different models of grooming. On the street, party model, boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, friends, gangs, organized crime. Child sexual exploitation is an integral part of the estimated 2,000 cases of county lines drug dealing across the UK. Understanding social media, how to stay safe, where to report and what to do if grooming or abuse occurs is paramount for children and young people in today's digital world. The National Crime Agency estimates that up to 80,000 people in the UK pose a sexual threat to children online. The Internet Watch Foundation exists to eliminate online child sexual abuse.
So are we listening? Are we talking about the issues of child sexual exploitation and child criminal exploitation? Are we hearing what needs to happen to make a difference? Or are we deaf to the language of abuse?